Hey everybody, RunDis342 here, and today we're going to talk about some pre-Warframe lore. This lore is mostly about Dark Sector and how it may relate to Warframe. Now then, this video will contain many spoilers of the game Dark Sector. So if you have not played the game, or you plan on playing the game, and you do not wish to be spoiled, now is the time to leave. If not, stay and enjoy the rest of the video. Let us begin by talking about the armor that we see in Dark Sector. It looks very similar to that of Excalibur in Warframe. But before we could further examine this armor, let us begin by knowing what actually happened in Dark Sector. In Dark Sector, it all began on an island, as you, the hero known as Hayden Tenno, were sent to kill a certain rogue agent. This rogue agent had acquired a very contagious virus called the Technocyte. It is a virus that is able to contaminate anyone it makes contact with. The problem is, this virus was untested and unused for many years and was developed by the United States. The rogue agent, known as Robert Messner, also a specialist in nanotechnology, was sent to Lasaria to secretly test the Technocyte on the people living on the island. That brings us back to our hero, Hayden Tenno, an agent who was sent to kill him, like previously mentioned. While trying to get to Messner, Hayden was stopped by Nemesis, a strange prototype armor made of Technocyte. The person in the armor was Messner's assistant, and she ends up infecting our hero, Hayden Tenno, with the Technocyte virus. Most things that are infected by the Technocyte virus, whether it be human or animal, become insane due to the extreme pain the virus inflicts on the body. Some may even become consumed by the virus altogether, and become a deformed creature. These creatures are what we see in Warframe that are called the Infested. They may not look like how they do in Dark Sector, but that's because the virus itself has corrupted Grineer and Corpus. Although this has not been confirmed by the DE developer, it's extremely plausible that this may be the origin of the Infested. We don't know much, but if we were to play this game and we are able to understand how these Infested have grown and have evolved, this seems very plausible. But moving on, when Hayden Tenno confronted the Nemesis that he was infected, he did not go crazy, he did not go insane, like the others did. Like the other animals and other people did. Instead, Hayden Tenno was able to endure the intense pain and overcame it. He was able to uniquely adapt to the Technocyte virus, and in turn, his arm mutated into a metallic-looking infested arm with Technocyte steel. It's an arm that looks similar to the Winter Soldier in the Captain America series. But later on through the whole game, Hayden Tenno was able to fully master this virus that had infected his body. And through that, he was able to create a glaive out of the virus itself. This glaive is seen in Warframe and it's pretty iconic. During the anniversary, one of the anniversaries of Warframe, we were given the option to purchase the prototype Warframe armor, skin armor, as well as the prototype glaive skin for your glaive. It's very interesting how those two happen to look the same. However, in the end of Dark Sector, Hayden Tenno was able to confront the Nemesis and defeat her. Once she was defeated, he was able to face off against Messner, who in the end became completely consumed by the Technocyte virus, and he became a huge monstrosity. He did not mutate like the rest. The virus was able to mutate in a way that the mutation was gigantic. It wasn't standard like the common enemies you were faced in Dark Sector. He was huge, and he became a pretty good epic last boss. But throughout the whole thing, once Messner was defeated in combat by you, Hayden Tenno, the virus was not stopped. Unfortunately, the virus spread throughout the whole world, and everyone became infested. Now, the big thing is, that's all that happened. We don't know anything else. That's the end of Dark Sector. Apparently, everything we did was for nothing because we failed. We were not able to prevent the virus from spreading. The virus spread. Everyone was infected. And then what? That's it. Dark Sector ended. Which is going to conclude my video for now, because that's all we know about Dark Sector. What's interesting is, after this, I'm going to make a video about what happens in the Orokin era, what happens in the Old War, and then eventually we'll reach to what happens to Natal and her mission, and what happened through her mission. This will open up the doors to why the Stalker in Warframe, if you have met this unique enemy, hates you so much and hunts you down. This will explain that reason. But to end the video, let me just read the codex that is, the codex of the glaive that you use in the game. And listen carefully. Dating back to the time of the first Tenno, the glaive is a uniquely deadly weapon. A multi-bladed disc is not only effective for melee combat, it can also be thrown like a boomerang to cut down enemies at a distance. Now, these are the key words, dating back to the time of the first Tenno. Now, in Warframe, the Tenno are you. They're the space ninjas. They're you. You're the player. However, in the second Dream Quest, the Tenno, we discovered the operators, which kind of put a twist on many things. But sticking back straight to the glaive codex entry here, dating back to the first Tenno, Hayden Tenno was the first one we've ever known to produce a glaive. Once that glaive appeared, no one knew what it was. It was a part of the Technocyte virus, which now begs the question: what happened between the huge years that passed from Dark Sector to what happened now after the Old War? What has actually happened? I'll leave that thought to you guys to think about. Do discuss what you think about the whole Technocyte virus and Warframe relevance in the comment section. It's something very interesting to debate, and hopefully the developers can bring some light, shine it upon us, so we can understand what actually happened for those of us who are very curious about the Warframe lore. But anyways, this is my first attempt of talking about lore. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you next time. Catch you later.